All right, chapter 47. Marley got locked in Red's trunk, trying to get the dynamite. Chapter 48. God bless Mother. It was dark in the trunk, with only bits of light coming in. I was terrified. On top of the high dive, getting in an airplane, passing as a white girl when you're really colored, terrified. If there was ever a time to prove Mother right, this was it. I tried to picture my 4-year-old self, too stupid to be afraid. I tried to pretend it was dark because I was home in bed. I imagined so hard I could almost hear the lions roar. I felt a little better. The church bells chimed 3:15. Red turned left, then right, then went straight for a long time. The air was terrible, full of exhaust. I wanted to cough, but I was afraid they would hear me. Red turned right onto a bumpy road. Just when I was sure he was going to drive forever, the car stopped. "It's 3:45, I heard one guy call out. "You're an hour late." "Sorry," said Red. "The old clunker doesn't go over 25. "Bring anything to eat?" he asked. I peeked through the rusty hole. Burly leather jacket guy slapped his friend in the back. "We're going fishing. I'll catch you something." Then they finally walked off. When I couldn't hear them anymore, I made myself count to 100. Then I tried to open the trunk. Only one problem. I could feel the lock, but there was no catch on the inside. Why would there be? Who would be stupid enough to jump into a trunk? I kicked at the trunk and even made a dent in the metal, but it still didn't open. Think, Marley, think. There had to be some tool, something I could use to pry it open. I felt around, my fingers closed on a cold, round cylinder. Yikes, the dynamite. I'd forgotten it was still there. I dropped it like a hot cake and backed away. As far as the trunk were allowed, which was only about an inch or two. I tried to imagine a magic square or the area of a circle or solving for y, but it didn't work this time. All I could think of was how when Red came back and opened the trunk to put the fish he'd caught inside, he was going to kill me. Then I had a worse thought. What if he didn't open the trunk? How could he? I still had the key. Would he even notice it was missing? He thought the dynamite was still in there, safely locked away. What if I was locked up in here for days? What if I had to go to the bathroom? How long could I survive in here? I hadn't even had a chance to say goodbye to Liz, or David, or Judy, or Daddy, or Mother. Mother! Oh, God bless Mother. If I had my purse, the letter opener would be inside. I felt around in the darkness. My purse was still slung over my shoulder. I pulled out the letter opener and, fumbling in the dark, placed it next to the trunk latch. Maybe I could use the letter opener to pry bar to force the trunk open. I took a deep breath and slammed my hand down on the letter opener. The blade broke off the handle. I felt around the darkness, but the blade must have slipped down somewhere because I couldn't find it. I kicked at the lock. Nothing. Panicked, I picked up the letter opener handle and pounded the lock again and again until finally the trunk popped open. Sunlight shone in, blinding me. I gulped in deep breaths of fresh air. I was free. Then I froze because I wasn't free. I was stuck in the woods with 3 scary boys who would likely kill me when they realized I'd stolen their dynamite. So I did the only thing I could do. I grabbed my purse, counted, then jumped out of the trunk and ran. I made it about 25 feet before I fell down. For a second, I thought I'd been shot. Then I remembered they were fishing, not hunting. I listened. There was silence. The boys must be down the river. There was no one around. Slowly I got to my feet and began to walk home. I stayed close enough to the road that I wouldn't get lost, but far enough into the forest so that Red wouldn't see me if he drove by. It was slow going. There wasn't really a path, and I felt achy all over. Brave? Stupid was more like it. How did I think we could prevent something bad from happening? Every time I tried, I made things worse. My thoughts got darker and darker, as did the sky. Pretty soon it started to rain. Finally, I came to a farmhouse. I didn't even care about getting in trouble anymore. I just wanted to go home. I went up to the porch, knocked on the door. No one answered. There was no car in the driveway. I tried the front door. It was unlocked. "Hello?" I called out. "Is anyone home?" Now, usually I'd hesitate to at least a minute or two before I went into someone's house without permission. But I'd already stolen dynamite and jumped into the trunk of a car today. What was a little breaking and entering? So I opened the door and went inside.